What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another Black Desert video. So today we're going to be talking about the new event that started today, the Record of Adventure, and also the Recorded Adventure Seals, the best things to get. We're going to be talking about that in terms of silver value and how to get all the seals. So this one is not a new event. It's kind of returning in terms of, like, we've seen this before, but for all the new players out there who are just curious to know what it's all about, so basically, you get these seals, right? And you get all the rewards, but let's talk about how you get it. It's a little bit different this time instead of your usual grinding. So every day, you get one of these tokens, right? One of these book thingies. You get to pick one of the 8 life skills, and then once you complete it, you get some seals. Then you get to spend the seals on, whatever you want, which we'll talk about in a second. But I wanted to talk about which ones are generally pretty easy to do, which ones you should do if you want to get it done fastest, because these are they're not difficult. Some are just longer than the others. So no matter which one, I'm pretty sure all of them should take you no longer than 10 minutes, right? So subjugation, that means just PvE grinding, wherever grind spot, it doesn't even matter, kill 500 enemies, right? So that one's not too bad. If you're going to do your hour of grinding, might as well just get that one done. If you're one of those people that don't have too much time and you just want to get them done, gathering is a very quick one. Gathering Fairy's Breath will literally, you're done in 10 minutes. That's actually the one I chose. I haven't finished doing yet, but yeah, gathering, very easy, probably 5 minutes and not too bad. Catching 3 yellow grade fish, this one's a little bit more RNG. You could be done in about 5 minutes. It could take you an hour, unlikely that long, but yellow grade fish, if you're just gonna leave your game on and fish like what I'm doing, you could probably get those done. But I would say if you're doing active play, gathering is probably quick, and PvE grinding. Bartering is barter 10 times. Now, this one doesn't seem too bad, but if you don't have a carrack, all you would do is, like, let's say you're starting at Ilia Island, do 10 barters over here and go back. Depending on how much weight you have on your ship, you could be done with this in literally 5 minutes, or you could, have to do 2 trips and it takes, a little bit longer. Either way, not that bad, but, I guess it depends on how much weight your ship has. Training is to catch 2 wild horses. If it was only catch 1 horse, that would be a lot easier, but I think just going from point A to B with the horse, and then, selling it, putting it into your stable and so on, and then going back to catch another one, plus the janky mini game that, sometimes just fails for no reason, could take a little bit longer. Would probably not recommend doing it unless you are actively going out to, catch horses. Like all of these, if you're going to do that life skill anyway, then do that one. But if you're looking for the quickest time, that one is it. Collecting 20 fire horns, more RNG. It really depends on how fast you get it. You get multiple fire horns, especially if you get the hedgehog proc when you're gathering. So that one could be done, super quickly, or, sometimes you just don't get them. It is what it is. Cooking, 100 Witches Delicacy. This one actually it sounds easy, but if you're just looking to get it done quick, very RNG. But if you're gonna cook anyway, then just do it. Same with alchemy. Which one of these is faster? It really just depends. Do you get a multi-proc when you're cooking? But catalysts for alchemy are very consistent. So that means you'll get it done, but it's probably like a 10-minute activity instead of a 5-minute one, so if that makes sense. So anyway, fastest ones in my opinion. Bartering, probably, depending on your ship. Gathering is probably the fastest active one, and maybe hunting or just gathering, or not gathering, grinding. So I would do gathering or grinding. Those are my 2 opinions, but either way, if you're gonna go out of your way to do any life skilling, just do the one that you picked the most. Now, let's talk about the recorded adventure seals. So, we got some fun and interesting things to talk about. Right now, what you should get 3 hammer boxes if you're at the stage in the game for Sovereign or Charizard, which I would say, you know, a majority of people are. You should probably pick the one for your Sovereign weapon. I know Charizard is probably a more tempting option because not everyone's at deck, but trust me, when you get the Sovereign weapons, the pity number is a lot higher, so you just kind of want to use it on the weapons. I know that sounds, you know, like you're like, oh, I could just get an upgrade now with the Charizard accessories, and then you get into Sovereign, you're just like, I hate this. What am I doing? I would pick the hammer for the Primordial, which is for the weapon. Next, we have the Wizard Gotsby. Basically, this is the equivalent of a pet. It gives a higher rate to upgrade. So, like, let's say you're going from a tier 3 to tier 4 or tier 1 to tier 3, so on. That increases that rate. You cannot get this in game. The only way to get it is through Pearl Shop and events. So I would say this is a pretty good one if you're looking to get a tier 4. This is the new one that we're talking about. So basically, this gives you a Deboreka. It's RNG. You can get a base one all the way to a duo. That sounds cool in theory. You get 10 free Debos. However, if you look at the market, every Debo is at like an all-time low. If you look at that, that is not good. It's not what you want to see. And yeah, every single Debo, like at the all-time low I've ever seen right now. This event did not help it. But even before that event, you know, like let's say last month, it was still going down, and now this event just made it worse. So unless you are enhancing it because you need it, you know, you'll make money, but it's not as much as you think it is, if that makes sense. So yeah, see that line? That doesn't look good. So anyway, with that said, at the end of the event, you're gonna get it, no matter what. But just know it's not as exciting as it sounds. Landscape paint boxes, for all of you who are looking for treasure items. And I have a video. I have literally all 4 treasure items. I've talked about it. I'll leave a link in the description to the videos if you are curious. It's a little bit more long-winded because I talk about every single treasure item, how it's going to be useful to you, and that's what it's all about. So I think these are pretty valuable. This one's just energy. Fail stack increasing, items, item drop rate, and what is this one? So mount skill change coupon if you're going for tier 9 and trying to go for all your horses, or tier 9, tier 10, Voltarian. Those are the only ones I'd recommend using that one on. Skill change if you're trying to get all of them. Otherwise, pet skill versus the Aya's Orb. The Aya's Orb allows you to re-roll fairy skills, which I think is probably the most valuable thing, especially for all of you who are free to play or low spenders and don't want to drop like literal hundreds on a perfect fairy. Yeah, I would pick that one for most people. Other than that, if you have the fairy you like and don't want to change anything, pet skills, if you're looking to min-max it, like the way it works is it changes the skills on here, not the red one. In a way, like the far right is the base pet, but you could change what it, like, extra effect it gives. So like, for example, if you want more combat XP, that's a higher chance to roll on that one. But yeah, that's about it. I mean, at the end of the event, in theory, you should probably get everything. I would prioritize hammers. I would probably prioritize paint boxes, Gotsby, Debos. And then they kind of give about 200 stacks like candy these days, so it's important. You should get it, but it's not high on that priority list. But yeah, get the stuff that you think will be helpful for you. We have a nice event going on right now where we have 100% drop rate. We have 100% buff for every life skill and grinding, so you know that's always nice to have. And so yeah, that's about it. All I wanted to talk about today. Hopefully all this made sense. If you're still confused, happy to point you in the right direction. Feel free to leave a comment, or you can join the Discord and everything. So yeah, this event was pretty big this week. We have a lot of stuff going on, and we did the other video earlier today talking about the new boss. We did 8, 9, and 10 on my Dark Knight. You guys can watch the mechanics. I talked about how how to go about doing it. I think this one is pretty easy for all of you who are looking to get into this one. Entry level 365. I think this should be lower, to be honest. 365 for this one. It sounds high, but the mechanics are really easy. Once you see it once and you're just like, these are easier than the other ones with the same requirements. Other events we have, you know, Termian Beach. How do you figure it out? You just do this. You go to the Termian Festival and you just do these quests. It's actually like a 5-minute, maybe 10-minute activity. Go fishing, get new kinds of fish over here, and free money. That's about it. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about. Thanks so much for watching. If you have a quick second and you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Would love to see you come back. And we got a bunch of stuff coming out tomorrow, so I'll see you guys later. Peace.